So you got Macklemore. Macklemore said some controversial comments. Macklemore said some controversial comments regarding the foreign policy of the United States. Joe Biden, he had said that he's a Zionist, but he doesn't agree with a single one of Netanyahu's policies. I don't agree with a damn thing that you do. That's what Joe Biden said. And then he gave him $20 billion, and then he gave him $8 billion. My God, $30 billion for a person you don't agree with whatsoever? It's almost like, man, I hope Biden disagrees with me and gives me $30 billion for that which he disagrees with me with. Oh, I don't agree with you. Here's $30 billion and 100 troops. I don't agree with you. Kind of sounds like you do. My thoughts and feelings are not always expressed perfectly or politely. Sometimes I slip up and get caught in the moment. Saturday night was one of those times. I strive to always lead with love and an effort to bring people together, never to create more division. The Palestine Will Live Forever festival I performed at was rooted in peace, love, and solidarity. Unfortunately, the historic event in my hometown that brought thousands of people together to raise awareness and money for the people of Palestine has become overshadowed by two words. I wish I had been in a better place with my grief and anger, but the truth is I'm not okay, and I haven't been. The last 11.5 months of watching a genocide unfold in front of us has been excruciating on a spiritual, emotional, and human level. I have been in utter disbelief with how our government is showing up at this moment in history. I don't think that I'm alone. I see dismembered kids in Gaza being pulled out of the rubble, murdered by U.S. manufactured bombs. I see my own children in their lifeless bodies. I don't think I'm alone. I listen to their parents scream and hear the deepest cries of pain and helplessness imaginable, and I cry with them. I don't think I'm alone. I have been disillusioned and disheartened as our government has continued to unequivocally fund and support Israel's ongoing violence against the people of Palestine. I don't think I'm alone. My pain and emotions at times have felt uncomfortable. It boils over throughout the day as I try to pretend I'm okay. I'm not okay. I don't think I'm alone. I'm outraged by the fact that we lack money for health care, affordable housing, and education in America, yet we send billions to Israel to commit internationally recognized war crimes. I don't think I'm alone. I watch Democrats sign bills to ban semi-automatic assault rifles after another horrific school shooting takes place, then turn around and use the same ink to send those same weapons off to Israel to kill the children of Palestine. I feel insane. I don't think I'm alone. Some days I don't know how to love something that is hurting others so much. I don't think I'm alone. Yet I have been mobilized by millions of people around the world taken to the streets to protest on behalf of all those that have been murdered by Netanyahu's regime. I have been in awe and inspired by those in the Jewish community that have courageously shown up in solidarity, marching with protesters at protests stating "not in our name" and "never again" means never again for everyone. I don't think I'm alone. I have found hope in our young people who have been willing to risk their degrees by participating in college encampments to demand a ceasefire. I have been revitalized by their hearts, guiding them towards justice and peace, risking their future diplomas. I don't think I'm alone, but some days the darkness outshines the light, and it's hard to see the path ahead to justice. I get lost in what our world has become. Some days, the genocide displayed on my screen is too much for my spirit to stare at in such clarity. And some days I wake up, see another couple $2 billion given to Israel, or another refugee camp destroyed, or a father holding a limb from his martyred child, or another speech from a politician justifying the right of Israel to defend itself while denying Palestinians the right to exist. And I say to myself, fuck America. I don't think I'm alone. But do not misconstrue the word fuck for the word hate. It's different to be angry than to disown. My fuck, my anger is rooted not in disdain for where I was born, but in anguish for how we can collectively allow this to continue. It is not directed at the people that make up our country, but towards our government who refuse to listen to us. It is directed at the politicians who have put profit over people, who put lobbyists' money over their moral compass. I think, how are these people representing us as a country? I don't think that I'm alone. Just saw a video where the guy gets incinerated. He just gets incinerated and you see his hand up in the air. And then that's all we see. That's the last we see of that guy. Who was that guy? Well, we found out who that guy was. There was 4 people that was killed, technically speaking, and then 20-something people who got burned. But that guy was a 19-year-old with a GoFundMe account. And he had made a bunch of videos. And he had said that he cares about his family, and he's an engineer, and he's got hopes and dreams. And he was at the tent encampment, the refugee camp, in order to heal himself. And he had a younger brother too. So if you're that younger brother, or if you're anybody that's human, and you just saw somebody got torched alive, who was in a hospital bed, who wasn't posing any threat, who wasn't overly radicalized to the point of being militant. But I care. My care is rooted in the legacy of protest and resistance of past generations who stood at the forefront of the civil rights movement, the movement against the Vietnam War, and the great solidarity movement that defeated apartheid in South Africa. This moment is calling us as Americans to rise and recognize our collective power rather than succumb to our own apathy. It's beckoning us to gain a shared analysis around the systems of oppression that are currently running our country so we can evolve, ensuring that all of our children can live in a more equitable world and not only a few. George W. Bush pushed for a 2-state solution. Jimmy Carter pushed for a 2-state solution. 2-state solution has been America's foreign policy the entire time. 1948, they weren't allowed to take the whole chunk of land. Now, Truman said when you got 6 million people who live in the land and you try to move 6 million people into that land and 6 million out of that land, well, you're going to have some problems. Well, no fucking shit, Sherlock. Like, no fucking shit. The people of Bethlehem are getting killed. Why would we call ourselves Christians if we're okay with the slaughter of the innocents in Bethlehem? Has nobody read your damn Bible? Moses was born in the slaughter of the innocents by Pharaoh. And Jesus was born in a slaughter of the innocents by King Herod. And why did they kill all those babies? Because they didn't want somebody else coming up in the world that could take their throne. And did it work? No, it's going to cause more havoc. And then in the long run, what happened to the Egyptian dynasties and the Roman Empire? I've slipped in front of the world before. I'm sure I'll do it again. But they will not silence my voice and they will not close my heart. I've lost endorsements. I've lost shows. I've lost business ties. I am still here, unwavering in my support for a free Palestine. I care about humanity and this earth too much to turn back now. My intent always comes back to the pursuit of peace, love, equality, and liberation for all. And that isn't radical. It's human. I don't think I'm alone. That seems pretty smart stuff. That seems like that's pretty smart stuff. So Macklemore said, fuck America. You know, a lot of people use American free speech for a lot of ugliness and hatred. You got Nazis in America, you got KKK, you got Confederates. Why are you waving a Nazi flag? Why are you waving a Confederate flag? Because you believe in freedom? You believe in freedom, huh? Well, according to Hobbes, if you have a disposition to declare war, then that means the war still persists. If you have a disposition to say, if you don't injure a person, but say that you have a disposition that maybe you might injure that person, then that is still a state of war. Don't be contumely, bro. Don't be contuming me. Don't you be contuming me. So let's just hear it. You know, it's not even that big of a fucking deal.
Straight up, say it. I'm not gonna stop you. not gonna stop you. Yeah, fuck America.
So they're chanting "fuck America," and he was like, "I'm not going to stop you from saying it." And then he was like, "You know what? I feel you. I feel you." So Macklemore's right. Macklemore's right. The mass slaughter of the innocents. Yeah, you're not a good parent. You're not a good human. You're not a good American. You're not a good soul. You think the mass slaughter of innocents is a good thing? If genocide ain't wrong, what the hell is?